Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and today is a very special day, for me at least, because today we are watching episode 1 of season 1 of Wheel of Time. And I'm so crazy excited for this. Like, I've tried so hard to not get hype for this, but it's been a real challenge. For context, I am now 36. I started reading the Wheel of Time when I was 13 or 14, I think. I started reading them in my native Swedish. And then when I was like 15 or 16, I started reading them in English instead. It's, to this day, it's one of my favorite book series of all time. And I've been hoping for this day for so long, so very, very long. Just to give you an idea of how much I enjoy this series, as I said, I first started it in Swedish. Then I restarted it and began reading in English instead. At that point, there was like 8 or 9 books out, I think. Probably 9. And when book 10 came out, I wanted to experience it like with everything fresh in mind. So I started from book 1 again and read up to and including the new book. And then when book 11 came out, I did the same thing again. And then I actually took a break because Robert Jordan died. And Brandon Sanderson took over writing the books with copious amounts of notes left behind by Robert Jordan, and with the help of Robert Jordan's widow, Harriet, I think is her name. Then I waited until the last 3 books came out, and I just started from the beginning again and read all 14 in a row. And I think all 14 together, I think it's something like 12,000 pages or something. So this first book, which season 1 of this TV series is based on, I've read at least 5 times. And yeah, I mean, it's so good. And I've been so excited for this for such a long time. And I really hope it's going to live up to my expectations. I've been trying so hard to not get excited, to not get hyped up. I haven't seen any of the trailers. I haven't seen like anything in essence. I've seen one picture of Mjödral, I think, and I've seen like what the actors look like. Obviously, I've avoided this like the plague, because if you start hyping things up too much, then it's not gonna, like, you're gonna get disappointed, because if you build it up too much, there's no way it can live up to whatever fantasy you have in your head of what it's supposed to be like. So for this series, in my reactions, I do a lot of thinking. I do a lot of like theorizing and like trying to figure out what the story is like, because I very much want to understand stories. I want to understand the stories that are being told and the world that they take place in and so on. So I theorize, I come up with ideas and like try to think in the way that the characters of that world would think. For this show, I'm not going to really be able to do that, because I know it pretty well. At this point, I should, right? I will, however, I'm going to try hard as well to not compare it to the books constantly. I might there might be some comparisons. I mean, some comparisons are unavoidable, but yeah, I'm going to try my hardest not to judge the TV series based on the books. Because some things that work in books don't work on TV, and things that work in TV don't work in movies, and so on. You have to judge things based on the context, based on the format that it takes place in. So, for instance, I don't expect this show to include everything from the books, because you would need to make so many episodes, and some things just wouldn't work on TV as compared to in a book, and some things on TV wouldn't work in a book, So yeah, I'm going to try to keep an open mind as best as I can. I'm also going to try hard not to spoil anything, so in case you haven't seen this already, there won't be spoilers. If I talk about things, it will be after they happen. So yeah, let's find out what this is like. As always, I just want to mention the Patreon. In the Patreon, which link is in the description down below, on the Patreon, I do reactions uncut. They're not edited down like here on YouTube. So if that interests you, feel free to check it out. It's also early access in most cases. But with this show, I'm going to try to do it like so. The episodes come out on Fridays. I'm going to try to have it up on Sunday or Saturday. So there's not a whole lot of early access available there, you know. But anyways, let's get into episode 1 of Wheel of Time Season 1. Oh man, this is so exciting. You guys have no idea.
Many, many years ago, men who were born with great power.
In the breaking.
The cage darkness itself, the arrogance.
That's not how that worked.
Cities burned, and the women of the Aes Sedai were left to pick up the pieces.
That's kind of the story we're telling these days, though, yeah.
The man who brought the breaking of the world. And him, they named Dragon. If he was reborn as a girl or a boy, the only thing we know for certain is that this child...
That's different from the books, because he is a man in the books. There are tons of reasons for it, but it's fine. Can't believe I'm actually watching this. It's crazy. I think we have to say thank you to Game of Thrones.
We can't die like this. You can fight them. Use it. It's not his fault.
Who are you talking about? There's no one else here.
Oh, I know what's going on here. These are Reds. Red Aja Aes Sedai.
It's meant for women. And when you touch it, you make it filthy.
Please.
You would think that, being Red Aja. Red Aja in general are... they hate men. Hey, Moiraine.
It's not him.
Of course it's not.
The two rivers.
Yes, the Emmons field.
The old blood runs deep in those mountains.
Indeed it does.
Let's hope it's prepared them for what's coming.
Indeed it does, Taishal Manatherin. Oh, that's awesome. That's down in Tyr, right? The dragon's fingers. Wait. Oh yeah, that actually makes sense. Because that looked like skyscrapers. That's gorgeous.
This braid will remind you that you are a part of us, and we are part of you.
Yeah, it means you're becoming a woman. Or that you have become a woman. It's something all girls look forward to in this place of the world when you're old enough to put your hair in a braid.
Be strong, Egwene.
Ah, it's Egwene.
Trust the river.
That's intense. With all those rocks nearby as well. Yeah, just float. There you go. You're doing much better now. Welcome to adulthood.
More wolves now. Something's been pushing them down from the mountain.
Yeah, I wonder what. Rand looks appropriate, I think. Yeah, it's kind of what I envisioned. Close, but no cigar.
Next time, Matt. Next time? How about right now? Eh? Anyone?
Double or nothing, let's go. The eternal gambler.
We're talking.
About what? You're married, your life's over, and Rand's pining over Egwene.
He's not married, right?
They said there's a war in Gaelden.
In Gaelden? Who cares?
Yeah, they have a very much kind of like in Lord of the Rings, where like people in the Shire don't care, hobbits in the Shire don't care what happens outside like that. That doesn't affect us here. They have very much the same kind of idea in this place. Like the affairs of the world doesn't concern us, you know? Yeah, there she is.
Come on, then. We're losing a point for every empty hand.
No, you drink with us tonight.
Yeah, you're a woman now. Time to party.
How did the ceremony go today?
Don't know, actually. We haven't talked yet.
It went fine.
Name yourself, stranger.
Ah, okay.
Lan Mondragoran.
Lan Mondragoran. One thing, isn't she supposed to have like a stone on her forehead? On a string like this and then rests on her forehead? I think so. A blue stone.
2 beds and fresh linen, that's all we need.
Of course, Moiraine Sedai.
All eyes on her. This, of course, is a big event in a small village like Emmons Field.
What are you doing in here? Everyone is at the inn. I love you.
Okay.
Where's Dad?
Right where the whole town could see him.
Lassie, is Mum sick again?
Fine.
She's all right.
Oh, do be careful what you say now, Mom.
You're going to be just like your dad. I know.
No, he won't. He won't be that bad. Troubled home life, huh?
Two Rivers folk don't have any more need to pay attention now than before.
Exactly.
Just fools killing other fools for foolish causes.
Nice.
Yes.
You've been avoiding me.
I'm thinking about something that I need.
That's very direct, dude. That's a big tub.
I'm impressed they have this at all.
It could be warmer.
Hint. Right? That's a really, really big tub. Can you imagine the work to fill that? Jesus.
You let me fall asleep.
You act as if I had some say in the matter.
It's not a complaint, but this is a lot sexier than the book.
She asked me to become her apprentice.
No.
She asked. I didn't say yes or no. She thinks I'll be able to listen to the wind if I work with her.
It's a useful skill. Be able to listen and hear if bad weather is coming or not.
I should get him to bed.
Rand.
Here's another rider. Ah. Half man.
My best and poorest customer.
Seems like I'm your only customer.
At the moment, at least. Give it time.
It's worth 3 marks at least.
Possibly. But will I be able to sell it here in town?
No, you won't.
You're a right bastard, Paddington.
Pleasure.
Yes, he is.
You think one of the eyeless is already here?
I think, yeah. Friggin' shadow spawn, man.
I wonder about my life here.
That's a gorgeous view.
In the Two Rivers.
I'm going to.
I know.
Oh my. This is a neat place.
What are you doing here? I wanted to walk. In the Two Rivers. I could ask the same of you. You're not from here, are you?
She's... it's very on brand for her to be grumpy.
That old wisdom, the woman who raised me, she went to the White Tower. She walked from here.
Must have taken a really long time.
Took her months.
Yeah, exactly.
When she got there, your sisters took one look at her ragged clothes, and they turned her away.
I'm happy with the casting so far. I'm confused about Perrin being married. Really confused. Sweater looks so comfy. But itchy at the same time.
Do you hear that?
I can't get over how unreal it is that this is actually here now. I really hope they get to keep going until they've finished all the books, and that they don't take shortcuts and like just cram books together into one season, or like that they actually tell the full story. I mean, within reason, that is. Well, this is ominous. The dragon's tooth.
Alright, I should get home.
Don't start mounting too long.
I won't.
Here we go. Beltine Night. Or Beltine Night. I think it's supposed to think it's...
Maybe we should be at Beltine. To light a candle for her.
I think it's supposed to be snowing.
But no matter what happens, what pain we face, the wheel keeps turning.
Yeah, never ends. There are no beginnings or endings. There's only the turning of the wheel. Ah, such crazy views. Feels like it's a necessity of fantasy. You need to have these gorgeous vistas. I wonder where they filmed this. Yeah, Moraine just being places, looking mysterious, not saying anything, just standing there, observing. Yeah, enjoy the simple life and the good times while they last. Because they obviously won't.
We need to leave. Now.
You can't. You have work to do.
Do you know which one of them it is?
No.
I do. I don't think it's really a mystery, right?
Tom, what's wrong?
And fun times are over. Ooh! That's a good look. I was wondering how they were going to do the Trollocs well. I like that.
Get down! What's happening?
Trollocs are attacking. Trollocs are fun because they're a hodgepodge of different animal parts, basically. Like a bunch of failed science experiments.
Where are the girls?
They were right here, right?
Where are the girls?
Go find them, Matt. You're all so boned. Where are you at, Moraine? We need you. Yeah, it's an ominous silence.
Over here!
Yes, get the Heron Mark sword out. You've gotten old though, Tam.
Are you alright? I'm fine. It's a Trolloc. You need to get out of here.
We're not going anywhere without you, Dad. What's that little knife gonna do? There you go. That's better. Show him how it's done.
You want a real feast? Come and get some of this!
There you go, ladies.
Hey!
Oh, of course he knew where they would be hiding. Ah, I like that. That was well done. This, I don't know how I feel about this, actually. Because she didn't exist in the books. Perrin wasn't married.
Look at me.
So this also definitely didn't happen. And I mean, this fundamentally alters his character. Holy moly, there's a lot of them. I really like the Trollocs. They're really well done. Time for some AoE damage. Some area of effect. I'm borrowing this house for a moment. Yeah, it was a hell of a party last night. You should have been there, dude.
My dad, he needs help. Where's Nanny?
She'll be around, I'm sure. No, she's not gone. She'll be around.
My babies. Mom. My baby girls. Mommy.
the light.
No thanks to you. How very unfortunate. Thought that she would die, but not this way. That was a real surprise.
It's trollop poison.
You show up, then these things the next day.
They're here for the same reason as I am.
Yeah.
For you. The Dark One is waking, but there will be one who can stand against him. The dragon has been born again.
Oh boy. More are coming.
Get the horses.
But you can't leave.
You're coming with me. The four of you. Your life isn't going to be what you thought.
Yeah. And hopefully the Trollocs will follow.
Our only chance is to reach the White Tower. There's no time. We leave now. The Wheel of Time turns. And ages come and pass. Legend fades to myth. And even myth is lost.
Yes.
In the age that gave it birth.
Oh, the speech. This is like how all books start.
There are neither beginnings nor endings to the turning of the Wheel of Time. But it was a beginning.
I'm kind of giddy. Okay, so that was episode 1 of Wheel of Time. The obvious things are that this is very different compared to the books. Or the book, the first book. I like it, but I don't know what it's going to mean for the story, because it's a lot of things that are changed. I know I said I wasn't going to like focus on that, and I won't. I have confidence that it will work, you know? They're going to make something great from this, I'm sure. But at the same time, I can't help but be a little concerned. I will say that, like, one thing that I was excited for a long time ago, before it came out, was the TV series based on the books by Terry Goodkind. Sword of Truth. And that was such a major letdown, because it basically turned into, it was basically Xena, warrior princess. Not that Xena warrior princess isn't good, but that was so not what I was looking for, you know. It would be like if Lord of the Rings, or I don't know, maybe Star Wars was like a parody. You know, that's not the vibe those books give whatsoever. But this, like, it feels a lot more appropriate. It feels a lot more like what the books, like in tone, I guess is the best word to use. Feels a lot more similar in that way. Not that this is like deadly serious or anything. There are lots of jokes, a lot of fun happens in this, but at its core, I mean, it's a fantasy epic. I'm happy with the casting choices so far. I think they've made, good calls. There was never really any focus on, like, skin color in the books. But yeah, I don't care whatsoever. Like Lan, that seems really appropriate. Like, I always more imagined Lan as, like, I don't know, bigger, a stone face, more like, I don't know, maybe like The Rock, for instance, Dwayne Johnson. Someone like that stature, that kind of person more. But this works as well. I think they made a good choice with Rand. I think they made a good choice with Matt. I know that Matt will be replaced, the actor, for the second season. I don't know why, but sure, okay. I'm sure they're going to pick a good replacement as well, so that's fine. As for Perrin, that also seems like a good fit, because Perrin's whole thing is that he's quiet, he's shy, he's really big. Because he's been a blacksmith's apprentice since he was fairly young, like 10, 11, somewhere around there. So like all that swinging heavy hammers and stuff has given him quite the physique, shall we say, and he's really tall. And because he's so big and strong, he's always had to be really careful and gentle. Because like, if he gets, Like, for instance, if you compare with dogs, like if you have a little Chihuahua going crazy and yapping and lashing out, not a whole lot is going to happen. If you have a big-ass Rottweiler doing the same, you can damage a lot of stuff. And when things break, it's hard to put them back together. And that's basically Perrin. He's very careful. He's very considerate about what he does. And the event of this episode is going to make him even more lean into that. For instance, I will mention this whole, like, a lot of this episode was the battle in Emmons Field. In the books, that's not shown at all. Like, the entire focus in the books is Rand's panicked escape in the winter night from their home in order to get to Emmons Field in order to save his dad, because his dad got injured. And his dad is feverish and rambling about all sorts of things, which gives Rand quite a bit of like an existential crisis. I'm not gonna bring it up because they might address it later, what he was talking about. But it was very monumental, and they just completely glossed over that, and he just showed up. I get why, of course, because like having that spectacle is really going to do this show a lot of favors in order to drag people in, you know. I liked what they did with the power, because it's really hard. Because what happens with the power is very dependent on who you are, from whose eyes you're watching. Because the way the power works, the way that spells and magic work, is that you use like strands of different elements, like air and fire, for instance, and you weave them together in order to create a pattern, like a weave, and then that. So it's like coding, like you're creating a spell, and then when when the pattern is like set, it materializes whatever effect you're trying to achieve. So for someone who is able to use the power, like Moraine, she sees this pattern. She sees the different things. Like here was like wispy air that was flying around. She will see the pattern she's making, and everyone else who's able to channel can see it as well. But for people who can't use the power, it's just like as if fireballs just magically materialize out of nothing. There's no warning for it, you know. And here they have kind of a compromise. Like, we don't see the weaves, but we see something. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see where this goes. I am slightly concerned about Perrin, because like he is kind of my favorite character out of all of them, and he's so far from his book counterpart. Not physically, not like in appearance, but personality-wise, I don't know. Maybe not personality-wise either, but like the backstory. Because so much about all these three, Rand, Mat, and Perrin, is that they're all very, I don't know how to put it. They have no experience with women and they don't understand women. That's like very central for a lot of events that happen. And here, two of them very much have experience. I mean, Perrin was married, for goodness sakes. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. But that is for a different day. For today, I am done, and I thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video. But until then, do take care of yourselves, and peace out.